spines. Arms reach overhead. And then just extend them about shoulder distance in front, and then release the trapped energy out. We're going to revisit that sound later on towards the end of our session. And you're going to feel it go richer and more meaningful. Alright, circle the shoulders around the front and towards the back. Beautiful. Alright, that's time to open our physical. Yeah, we can cross the legs. Right. So we will be needing the blocks as we go along, so just set it aside beside you just in case you need it. And from here, back to our animal stretch or our bear position, our bear stretch. Circle the body down. Alright, the philosophy of the physical opening, it's the hardest and the most challenging form of energy to crack open. Because we're made up of flesh and bones, not only that, we're made up of a sense of pleasure, and then we resist pain. But for this retreat, I want you to rise above the sense of pleasure and then conquer some forms of pain and suffering. Or discomfort, that matter. Alright, sitting your hips back to close, and then just rest your arms beside your legs and your feet down the floor. If you need a block, if your head is too short there, you can just place the block down to support. And then stay. Next inhalation, hands extend forward, arms extend forward, tops to the mat. Alright, eye gaze lift slightly forward, shift the hips forward, and curling the toes to Adho Mukha Svanasana, our downward facing dog position. Breathe abundantly to the sides of your trunk, nice and long to the side structure. Now try to find the foundation of your position here. Hands are, or the fingers are wide apart, and then you've got to press all finger pads down. So not just the wrist, think about the pointed tip of your finger pads pressing down, like the middle of your hands form like a gentle suction. And then we're lunging forward with the right foot all the way forward. You may want to take it easy by lifting your wrist and step it through. And then the left foot steps forward. Exhale with your spine soft and your arms loose. Inhale as you open, stand position. Rise up, full length, hands form the seal, and then place them into your heart space. Release any tight spot in the knees and legs. And as you release a tight spot, breathe already here. Arms release, Yotadasana, mountain position. Just relax your arms beside your thighs. Breathe in from the base of your spine, and allow your upper spine to open. Feel the neck and shoulders release. Alright, the Tadasana position, you may take a look at your feet there, so that the outer edges of the feet parallel, so there's a light inner rotation there. And then from here, open the thigh bones apart, but they don't visibly move. It's more of your bones moving inside, and feel it when you open the thighs wide, it gets really strong in the legs. And the upper spine nice and open. Feeling your mountain, tall, long, and open. And as you open here and you just breathe in, you can feel the energy rush up, like little currents brushing through the skin of your body. When you feel that, that's your Kundalini already, energizing the whole of your body, from your feet all the way to the top. Alright, and then loosen your toes out of there, and let your legs loosen a bit. Inhale, rise to curl. Exhale, folding over the thighs, hands to the floor. Alright, we're lunging back with the right foot long behind us. Alright, finger pads firmly pressing down the floor, and the throat gently opens forward. Runner's lunge position. Feel the shoulders here. You might be feeling trapped in the shoulders. Our energy is a rising current, so there's no way but for it to rise. So most of it are somehow trapped in the upper body, so always on the lookout for those tight spots. Alright, hands are pressing down to earth and stepping back with the left leg, downward facing dog. Alright, shoulders over wrist. Inhale as you do this, and then place your knees down to earth and relax your toes and your legs behind. Inhale, open to your cat stretch or cow. Exhale, push the gentle around it like a dome position, cat, and carry on. Inhale. And exhale. Alright, don't wait for the instruction. Now just be confident with the breath. That's also one of my aim for this workshop, is for you to really get confident with your own breathing. I will guide you through it. As the spine opens and softens, it's inhale, and as the spine curls to a rounded position and your ribs and your core become active, it's exhale. Alright, one more. Inhale, open forward. Alright, pushing away back, downward facing dog. Exhalation. Hands are spreading or fingers are spreading wide and apart. Alright, we're stepping up with the left foot forward, tops of the mat, come to the beginning, beautiful. And stepping up with the right foot, exhale, ease on the upper spine. Alright, inhale, rise to stand position, left throw mountain, hands form a seal, and place the hands to your heart space. Now hold it right here, and just release your arms beside your thighs, and revisit your mountain pose, Tadasana. Pressing down into your big toes as you move the thigh bones apart, and pull that lower belly in and allow the upper spine to open. So feel the chest rise forward and up. So in Tadasana, your legs are strong, your hips are firm, but your spine and your arms are light and easy. Beautiful. Alright, next inhale, lengthen back up. Exhale, folding at the hips, hands to earth. Alright, when you're ready to step back, left leg long behind you, and holding them in a slouch position, feeling the upper spine, open the throat forward, the neck is part of your upper spine, so let it open up as well. Alright, hands are pressing firmly down, and stepping back with the right leg, Adho Mukha Svanasana, going down with the facing dog position. Alright, inhale, forward again, tops of the mat. Alright, knees to floor again, exhale. We have plenty of time to allow our hips to open gently. Inhale, open up. And exhale, push away. Carry on, perform 5 more. As you inhale, you're going to feel your shoulders open too, so you might want to relax a bit in the arm bones. And let just the breath open you gently forward. And as you exhale, you're going to feel the core of your body, tailbone scooping under, the ribs folding upwards, and the throat hugging closer to your chin. And then inhale to open those points. Alright, next inhale, a light shift forward, curling the toes up, downward facing dog once more. Exhale here. Alright, stepping up with the right foot forward and tops of the mat. And stepping up with the left foot forward, exhale down. Inhale, open to stand position, rise up with Tadasana, hands form a seal, and place your hands to your heart space. This time we want to keep our hands to our heart space. Breathe 3 neutral breaths here, or the Sa and the Ha. Alright, we're going to flow using the Sa and Ha breath. Very simple flow, so you don't get confused with the breath pattern. Inhale, Sa. Exhale, Ha. Stepping back, right leg. Inhale, Sa. Stepping back, left leg. Exhale, Ha. Inhale, forward. Exhale, knees down. Inhale, open, Sa. Exhale, push and carry on. So breathing together with the movement becomes meditative too. Alright, inhale, slide forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stepping up with the left foot, Sa. Inhale. Stepping up with the left right foot, Sa. Exhale. Inhale. Rise up, stand position. Hands form a seal. Exhale and then holding. As you breathe, and regulate the breath. The blockages will somehow be trapped around the nostrils, so it is natural to feel heavy around the nostrils. If you need to clear, we have the tissues in front. This helps. Alright, let's go a little bit more active. Inhale as you open. Exhale, folding nice and low. Alright, stepping back to the right foot. Alright, holding, open the fronts of the throat up. And then from here, from the belly, from the pit of the belly, you're going to lift your trunk up. Alright, exhale, release the hips down, circle the arms, and go back up. Inhale as you rise. Exhale. Alright, practicing the saw and the heart rhythm. Alright, next inhale, extend your trunk forward along the diagonal line. Alright, from here, the left arm wraps behind us, and an easy hook with the right shoulder under. Alright, staying. Alright, so you want to bring the knees slightly forward, power it back and roll behind. Beautiful. Alright, crossing the chest, your right hand down the floor. Alright, you're going to push and turn yourself to the side wall facing the left. Thin body, your hands are solid, the right hand is solid. Alright, left arm opens up and swim the hand to the floor. Just exhale and one full cycle of breath right here. Alright, next inhale, right leg, three-legged dog behind us. Alright, and then step in, right foot through. Inhale, draw opens. And then the left leg steps forward, exhale down. Rise to stand position. Mount out, hands connect, exhale, holding, revisit your Tadasana. When you lose it, always there to reset it. Alright, inhale, rise up. What we're doing is we're opening our body to grace. A little bit of salute, exhale down. Alright, left leg just behind you. Open up, hold this, lift the throat up. And then the breath should come from the base of the tongue. Pull the space up as you lift the spine slightly forward and send your upper spine. Just inhale. And exhale, easing down. Here we go. Inhale, open. Exhale, the whole of your body rises with the breath. Not just the arms, not just the hips, even the side trunk gets low. Alright, next inhale, extending forward along the diagonal line. The right arm rests behind you. And the left shoulder binds across. You left hand down the earth now, and you're facing this way for a side side position. Open. The hand extending over. Place your hand on the floor. Exhale the breath out. This time the deep leg, inhale with three-legged dog behind you. Alright, and then stepping through with the left foot, tops of the mat. Alright, and stepping up with the right foot. Exhale, folding down. Open to stand, inhale, rise up, Tadasana. Mountain, hands connect, exhale. Alright, holding right here. Arms release, just set your hips back to a little squat position. And then grow your spine taller. Alright, with your knees slightly bent, folding over the thighs and closing the hips and your spine low. Alright, stepping back with the right foot again. Alright, this time we're going to keep the front thigh or the left thigh and the origin of your hip or the low back as one unit. Open the throat forward. Exhale, straighten the thigh and fold your spine low. And inhale as you bend forward and lift the upper spine. For now, keep your hips level as you lunge forward. We're going to progress later on. Just feeling the movement here. One last, open forward. Alright, from here the right hand presses down the floor. Step in angle facing the left to a side press position. Alright, holding. Alright, extending a left side stretch. Swim the hand back down the floor. Alright, the right leg three-legged dog behind you. Keep the right leg straight first. Alright. And then from here, shoulders over wrist. And then curl the back to a little rounded position and fit your thigh through under that space. And then same leg opens. Inhale as you open up. Exhale to crouch under.
One more. Inhale and rise. Exhale, crouch it under. Alright. Next time you lift the leg, open the hip wide, and you're lunging the right foot all the way through tops of the mat. Alright. We're going to change the angle. Alright. When you do a warrior position, as opposed to lunge, when the hips are square, your front foot hip width and the back foot hip width. But if you're doing a warrior, you're going to adjust your front foot right to the center of the hands. So when you place and you press the back foot down, your front heel align with the center, the inner arch of your back foot. You gotta take a look there. We don't normally discuss it in the classes. And then circle the body around, facing that side, second warrior. Right. Okay, this one should go. And then you need to strike over that. Beautiful. Alright. So you don't want to be collapsing hips like this. So you want to draw it up. So it doesn't mean that you need to really perfectly square or bend your front knee forward, as long as the side trunk is open and there's less pressure in the upper spine region. Alright, holding. Beautiful. Alright, we're gonna flow. First straighten the leg and open the right arm up. Alright, folding the right knee and circle the left arm back and forward. And then rise up again, inhale, and then flow. So let's try this flow first with the arms circling opposite direction, directly across. Breathing out. Alright, one last. Alright, this time we're going to hold the knee, bend, and then continue with the arms circling down towards the back and right up the front. Feeling all our directions. And then from here reverse. From the bottom forward, up and around the back. Right. So we're going to form that mandala or circles. And we're going to add on the legs again. As you inhale, you're going to straighten the front leg. Arm. Alright, circle down with the arm. And reverse. Beautiful. Alright, breath pattern. Continue. Inhale, exhale as you descend forward. Inhale to reach back. Don't rush the process. Feeling the whole body move. One last. Alright, next time we're going to place both hands under the shoulders there. Alright, and we're stepping back behind us, the downward facing dog. Exhale the breath out. Alright, coming forward, tops of the mat. Inhale. Alright, your body should be feeling open. You can try the chaturanga now. Exhale, lower down. Alright, open through. Relax the hips a bit. And exhale that downward facing dog. Alright, 5 Ujjayi or victorious breath. Alright, while you're practicing that Ujjayi breath, let me talk about the contraindication for the breaths of fire. If you're having your monthly period, you won't be doing that. You just keep the norm or this pattern all throughout the class. We're going to practice it later on. Alright, stepping up with the left foot forward, tops of the mat. And then stepping up with the right foot forward, tops of the mat. Inhale, open the stand. And the hands form a seal. Exhale. Alright, knees bend again, squat position. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, folding nice and low. Alright, we're lunging back with the left leg, long behind us. Alright. With the right hip and the right lower back connected as one unit. A little bit down the torso as well, connect as one unit with the leg. Inhale, open up the upper spine. And exhale, straighten the spine. Carry on. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, push away. Continue. As you lunge forward, you're going to open the fronts of the neck up. So you don't want to be compressing that energy to your neck and shoulders. Otherwise, you're going to feel pain in the neck. Alright. Next exhalation. Or step. Pressing down with the left hand to floor. Open face on the wall to the side. Extend your right arm over. Place the hand to floor. Exhale the breath out. The left leg now, three-legged dog. Keep it square and straight first. Come forward, exhale. Crouch your left thigh in.
And then carry on. Inhale to lengthen the leg behind you. And exhale. Ribs drawn in as you come forward. So your back forms like a dome. And as you stretch back, it opens. One last. Alright, and you're stepping foot through. Next, all the way up to the mat. Alright, circle the body around, bending this way. Second warrior position. Preparatory. And just check the alignment. Straighten the leg. This arm. And up. And we're going to hold it down the thigh. Alright, from here, arm up, forward and down the back. We count it clockwise. Alright, let's down the legs. Here we go. What's important is the breath pattern. So really, you're going to find your favorite type of circle. It could be clockwise or counterclockwise. Really, there's no rule about it. Right. Next time, placing the forearm. This time, your arms down, forward and around the back, and circle. For most people, this is more flowing, as the shoulders naturally tend to release. And open back. Right. Important breath pattern. Exhale down, inhale towards the back. Right. Next time, placing your hands under the shoulders, stepping back, downward facing dog. Exhale. You should be feeling a little bit warm there already. Coming forward, inhale to plank, and then lower down, chaturanga position. Open through, upward facing, and reset, downward facing. All right. We're sitting forward, tops of the mat. Just cross the legs. Alright. We'll learn first the reservoir before we practice that in the flow. You may want to use your block there because we're holding the sitting position for a bit. Be patient with the breath. I will walk around and then see the technique. The reservoir practices a lot in classes, but less time to discuss this nitty-gritty. So the spine upright, so you don't want to dump it because the breath or the energy is coming from here. If your lower back is closed, you won't be able to lift and rise the energy up. So like a first drill, spine open, lumbar spine open. Even the fronts of the neck need to relax. Do a bit of a side to side. Alright, and then just find your saw and half first. Easy, maybe 5 or 10. Alright, and release the breath out. Let's first gesture the flushing of the breath out. Think about clearing your nostril. Practice it with your lips closed. Alright, now happy with that. Now do it shorter and faster. I mean, not really faster, just shorter. Not it. Like you just want to tap it. Alright, you're not technically breathing, so you just breathe through here. So the first is a light inhalation and you're going to close the trunk. So you just allow the energy to circulate around this part of your face. So your body will not go together with the breath. The body stays silent, confining the energy right up here. So you might not do it as fast as you hear other people, but at least you're doing it right. Yeah. Practice. I'll work on. No pressure. Shoulder. You're ready for a shoulder. Let's do it. Shoulder. Still make it shorter. Make it this way. Let's do it. Little, little bit. Let's do it. Just do it like that. Yeah. Fast and short. You're not breathing to the chest. Just a light inhale. Yeah. So you need to do it really fast. As long as you're doing it right properly. And for your next, just release through a natural breath. Breath so far, the effect will be here. You might be feeling a little bit heavy around here, and then this part of your brain gets a little bit active. So it's called right. We're going to practice the breath so far through the motions as we go along. All right, so uncross the legs. I'm happy with that. Hands are pressing under the shoulders, and push away the downward facing dog. Exhale the breath out. Alright, we're stepping up with the right foot through, all the way tops to the mat. And then stepping up with the left foot through, exhale. Inhale, open the stand position, rise up mountain, check your feet there. Hands form a seal, and place your hands to your heart space. Right. Bending the knees again to squat position. Inhale, lift up. Alright, exhale, folding low, hands to earth. Alright, we're lunging back with the right leg long behind us. Alright, the front of the throat opens up. Alright, inhale as you rise to curve up. Inhale here. Alright, and then we just perform our previous flow. Exhale down. Inhale, open. Exhale down. Rise, inhaling. And exhale. Alright, one more. And we're pressing the right hand under the shoulder. Stepping angle facing the left side of the room. Nice and thin. Alright, extending the left arm up. Swing the hand to floor. Exhale the breath out. The right leg three-legged up behind this, and we're stepping through with the right foot all the way tops to the mat. Inhale, right heel down, exhale. Inhale, open to the side. Virabhadrasana number 2, second warrior position. Alright, and then we flow. Both legs straighten, inhaling. Bend the knee, circle the arm, and then carry on. Inhale as you rise. This time maybe lift up the energy a little bit more. Maybe a faster rhythm breath. Alright, next time we're going to place our hands down the floor and stepping back with power chaturanga ready, low plank. Inhale to open the upward facing. And exhale behind you, downward facing. Alright. 1 round, 20 breaths of fire. With the head lower than the heart, it's easier to perform that.
normal breath to release and exhale. Alright, closing the hips and bending the knees to a crouch position. Alright, think about your lower back and your hips as one. You don't hike and kick your feet. I want you to just go forward with the hips, even if your feet land short, it's fine, as long as you keep them close. And then just finish by walking forward. Yeah. And exhale, down we go. Inhale, rise to your Tadasana, mountain position. Hands connect, and then place your hands in your heart space. Let's perform the other side. Sink low. Inhale, over Tadasana. Exhale, folding nice and low. Alright, lunging back with the left foot long behind us. Alright, open the front of the floor. And then lift and draw the energy all the way to your high lunge. Belly square the hip. Yep. Exhale, lower the hip down. Inhale, rise it up. Exhale, breathe and rock. Exhaling. Alright, next time is a press, so the left hand down to earth, facing the left side of the room, spreading your left hand wide, open the fingers. Alright, swing the hand down, exhale. Alright, left leg, three-legged dog. And then step it through, forward, top to the mat. Alright, second warrior, turning on the side of the wall, or side of the room, open. Alright, when you're ready to flow, rise. Exhale. You can power it, especially the inhalation. Think about pulling her up. And the exhale, normally just a neutral one. One more. Alright, we're going to shuffle both hands down to earth. Alright, down to chaturanga position behind us. Inhale to upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. One round, 20, rest of 5. Alright, and a normal breath in. Alright, bending your knees to crouch position, exhale. But instead of jumping forward to stand, we're going to jump our hips to cross leg for a sit. Alright, coming down and cross. Alright, and sitting. Alright, both legs forward, top to the mat, and feet a little shake around. Alright, and then there, folding the right knee to the side and extend the left leg low. Opening our hips already here. Slide the left thigh back a bit and lighten the right and left. So you free the block just lingering around the lower back. Inhale, lift the breath. Exhale, halfway only. We're flowing. Alright. Pull her out. Inhale. Exhale, halfway. Go and more. Inhale. Exhale. Alright. Inhale, rise. This time, twisting, facing the left side, left hand to your right knee, right hand or the right side of knee, right hand to your lower back or close to the floor. Inhale, lift it up. The inhalation is important there. If you want to lengthen the space down the lower tongue. Alright, exhale, release it. Alright, back to the center channel, inhale it. Exhale. Alright, just cross the left ankle on top. Alright. Press with the finger pads, transfer your hands top to the mat, and stepping back to downward facing dog. Alright, one round, 20 reps of 5. Make it shorter, but more confident, dynamic. Alright. And we're jumping forward to stand. Yeah, set your hips a little bit back, then your knees. Alright, it's alright if you just land even very short, just finish with step. Exhale down. Inhale to stand position. Open. Down. So we're rising the energy. Exhale down. Alright, so the hips back low. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, folding low over the thighs. Alright, this is our second sequence. Stepping back with the right foot. Alright, from here, this time your right knee lowers, the right thigh lowers, the right hip lowers, but your spine rises taller. With the thigh, with the left leg and the hip as one. Exhale, folding down. Carry on. Inhale, open forward. Exhaling. So we're forcing our hips to somehow open a bit. Always on the lookout for trapped energy in the shoulders. As you lunge forward, you may be softening your arms, soften the upper limbs, and allow your spine to rise. One last. Alright, back to your side press, right hand under the shoulder, facing this way. Alright, holding this way this time. Your legs form a scissor, reach over the arm, bend your knee and circle back. Inhale, open. Exhaling. Inhale, rise. Exhaling. One last. Alright, placing your hand to floor, reset the downward facing dog. Right leg, three-legged dog. This time, bend the knee and angle the hip around. Alright, stepping up with the right foot through, tops of the mat, all the way. And facing this way, second warrior, facing me, open wide. Beautiful. Alright, just relax your arms, straighten the legs, and 10 toes face the same direction. Just loosen a bit down. So how wide? A meter apart. Alright, let the current up. Just pull that space long. Right. Now you want this space thin or drop. When you exhale, the tricky part is it collapses. You want to pull it up. So when you exhale, think about your belly hugging in, so you don't want to lose the space. And then just relax it. Right. Lift the heels, then your knees and toes are flat, wide squat position. Right. Easy shoulders, easy arms. Right. Arms close in front. Inhale, rise the legs and spine. Exhale. Inhale, drop. Exhale. So just feeling confident with the movement of the body. Alright. The next three we're going to do it active. Inhale. Exhale. Side high. And last. Alright, pivot forward, both hands to floor under the shoulders, stepping back, chaturanga position behind you. Inhale, open, the upward facing. Exhale, behind you, your downward facing dog. Alright, one round, 20 breaths apart. Alright. We're jumping forward to sit rather than stand. So set your hips back a bit. Alright. Cross legs, hips low, and sit. Alright, and then down you go. So both legs shake it a bit. We're progressing already. Yep. Bending your deeply to the side. Squaring the right hip a little bit. Alright, so let's flow again. Open. Not full one, just halfway. Exhale. Alright, roll it forward and up. And down. Two more. Inhaling and open to the left. Exhale and hold this one. 3 breaths. Alright, and cross. Right ankle on top. Alright, you may want to press the feet and jump your hips and the shoulders forward. You may just be stepping or jumping the hips back. Low plank position. Inhale through upwards and exhale downward facing. One round, 20 breaths apart. Alright, we're jumping up to stand. Bend your knees when you're ready. Yep. Exhale down. Inhale, rise to stand position. Hands together. Exhale. Alright, one last. Harnessing energy. Sit hips back. And we're going to do long held poses. Exhale. Coming down to your thighs. Lunging back with the left leg. With the hips and the knee lower. Draw your spine longer and fuller. Exhale, stretch back. 3 more of this. Inhale, forward and down. And up. Exhale, down and back. So focus on that inhalation. Our aim is to pull that energy up.
And as you exhale, hugging in to a closer body. Alright, lift hand to flow is next. Facing the wall to the side. The high press. And then flowing. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Alright, you're gonna swing the hand down the floor. The left leg up, leg it off behind you. Alright, big step with the leg through. Second warrior. Facing this way, wide you go. Good, after that ready. Right, straighten the leg. And then both hands to your thighs. And then 10 toes, 1% pressure. We're going to flow forward first. Hold the space up in. Up. Like you're flipping your shoulder to a small hole. But pulling the space nice and thin. Alright, hands to your waistline. But don't dump the tummy. Forward, up, up. Alright, you're going to feel your hips pull there, right? Hands to floor. And the same is fine, nice and up. Let your arms go light and loose there. Especially at the bottom of the exhalation. Feel your limbs go softer. You're going to use the space for the next drill. The next one will be about jumping through. Alright. At the bottom of the exhalation, feel the backs of the shoulders like you're shrugging. The back of the arm bones and the back of the neck are closer. And then gesture just a little shrug. That will be the foundation of your jump through. Your upper back gets a little bit tight, compressed, closed. But the remaining of your upper structure nice and open. Alright, open up. Alright, bending your knees. Rise up. Inhale, circle up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. And then faster. Breathe in. Exhale. So using the floor to lift up. Exhale. Alright, next time, shuffle forward, tops of the mat, both hands to floor, stepping back behind you, chaturanga position. Upward dog. Downward facing dog. Good. One round 20, breaths apart. Right. When jumping forward to set, and just sit easy. Well, we're going to take a look at the alignment of the jump through. Alright? But give it that body is open. Right. We're going to first take a look at the alignment of our upper back in the jump through.